Hey there, Future Jared here. I did another oopsie with my team building, forgot to switch out a move, so this original team code is no longer valid. There will be another one later in the video and in the description for the real team. Just FYI. Later. Hello, and welcome to Really Big Hat. My name is Jared, and today we are going to be playing some more Pokemon Sword ranked battles. So, I have made another new team, and here it is. It features both Grimmsnarl and Whimsicott as support Pokemon. I've got Calyrex Zacian as my restricteds, and it's backed up by Thundurus and Charizard. There are actually a number of ways to pilot this. I've been practicing with it a little bit, so hopefully I don't suck too much right out of the gate. But there are a lot of different leads you can employ. You can go with Whimsicott and either Calyrex, Zacian, Thundurus, or Charizard, and set up to dismantle the opponent's Dynamax option if they go for it early by using Switcheroo and the eject button, and then either a spread move or target the Dynamax threat with another attack and force them to switch out of the battle. It's a really, really mean strategy. And I hope to be able to execute it at least once today. But you could also lead with Grimmsnarl as your support Pokemon, and this is actually a max attack Adamant Grimmsnarl. It does still have Reflect for some support, but this Grimmsnarl is actually a sleeper offensive threat, with Spirit Break and Sucker Punch both able to do pretty big damage to, especially to targets that they're super effective against. And I'm also rocking Fake Out, because Fake Out. Everything else, my Thundurus is Prankster, Eerie Impulse, so that can pair really well with the Grimmsnarl. Throw an Eerie Impulse at a special attacker and throw up a Reflect turn 1, and you've got a pretty good wall set up already. Grimmsnarl also functions pretty well with Charizard to keep it safe while it goes for an early Dynamax. So like I said, there's a lot of different ways to run this team, and hopefully I'm able to pilot it well enough today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, here we go. That's a name. Okay, so we've got a Groudon of Veltal combo. That is not great for us, honestly. Veltal is a really good answer to Calyrex. Zacian, Thundurus, Charizard can all do decent damage against it, as well as Grimmsnarl. They have an opposing Charizard, a Regieleki. That's also a bit tricky. That could really hurt Charizard. I was waffling on Charizard between a Walk-On Berry for electric attacks and a Chardy for rock. I went with the Chardy for rock. I might switch that out in a future version of this team. Let's see here. I'm gonna go Grimmsnarl. Thundurus is the lead, with Zacian, Calyrex in the back, I believe. Either Grimmsnarl or Thundurus is going to wind up being my Dynamax option, I think, here. I'd like to have Charizard, but, well, I kind of want... I'll go with this. Hopefully it's the right call. This is a tricky team composition to go up against. They have a lot of answers to my team. Yep, Regieleki Grimmsnarl. That's a good lead on their part. So, is the Regieleki physical or special? Well, I can fake out their Grimmsnarl. And I can Eerie Impulse the Regieleki, I guess, just take a wild stab in the dark. Yeah, there's even odds what kind of Regieleki spread you're using. So this may or may not be helpful. Okay, it is special. Thunderous is able to survive that pretty well. Alright, now let's Sucker Punch the Regieleki, and I may Dynamax my Thunderous and go for a max Overgrowth here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Bit of a Hail Mary, Dynamaxing this early, I feel, but these two are my options for it, and I kind of feel more like Dynamaxing Thunderous. There is a light screen coming, so that's going to cut into my offense. But that bonked him pretty well. Okay, so they switch out. That's a good call. That's a good call. I probably should have been expecting that, come to think of it, since I just lowered their special attack. Okay, now I get an Overgrowth into the Groudon. Well, they do have a light screen up, so this won't do terribly a lot, but I do like it. Hey, it did more than half. Solid. That's respectable through a light screen. Okay, now I'm going to Spirit Break his Grimmsnarl. And I'm just going to Overgrowth that Groudon slot again. There's every chance he Dynamaxes the Groudon here, which would prevent the kill. No? Oh, he just goes for Protect. Solid move, solid move. They do set up a Reflect. I was expecting that. Maybe I should have targeted the Grimmsnarl, expecting a Protect from the Groudon. That would have been a better play if I would have clocked that. That does solid damage even through the Reflect. So let's just go for the same offense again. Overgrowth onto the Groudon slot, Spirit Break onto the Grimmsnarl. And they don't Dynamax the Groudon. Okay. Well, hey, and a crit. I don't think I needed that, but always nice. Always nice to get a crit. And now, will this get the kill? It does. Yeah, nobody expects a max attack physical Grimmsnarl these days. It can break through a lot of stuff in the meta. And we do have Yveltal. I was afraid of him. And I'm out of Dynamax turns, so it's just going to have to be a normal-ass Thunderbolt going on to him. But let's see. I do have Zacian and Calyrex in the back. Zacian has a decent matchup against Yveltal. I'm not running Play Rough on my Zacian, so I don't have a super effective attack. But Behemoth Blade still does plenty. So I am actually going to Reflect with Grimmsnarl, I think. kind of expecting a sucker punch out of the Yveltal, and I'm gonna Thunderbolt him. Regieleki actually ought to be able to do quite a bit of damage here as well to Thundurus. I should have thought of that and probably Eerie Impulsed him again. I was focusing too much on the Yveltal. Yeah, I made a mistake here. That Regieleki is going to take Thundurus out. Oh, it protects? Okay, so he was expecting me to do the same thing I did last time, when actually I didn't. So that's gonna hurt. I think that'll take out Thundurus, yeah. Okay, so do I go... Oh man, I forgot to fix my Calyrex. I was going to replace Trick with Trick Room. Whoops. I forgot to do that. Oh well. I'm going to go for Zacian here. This is still not over. That Regieleki is a bit of a threat here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Sucker Punch it. And I'm going to Behemoth Blade the Yveltal. Hopefully the Regieleki chooses to attack here so that Sucker Punch goes off. He did just protect last turn. He could go for a double, which wouldn't be a bad play at all. Okay, I get my Sucker Punch off. Ba-boom! No more Regieleki. So I'm feeling pretty good now. Yeah, that is not a lot of damage out of that Yveltal. Woof. Not a lot of damage in return, but he is going to start outspeeding me. I don't know if one Airstream is enough to outspeed Zacian or not. I've got my Zacian EV'd just enough to outspeed a Whimsicott at max speed. So it's not a max speed Zacian. And that also makes me not feel so great about my Calyrex in the back, that Airstream there. I'm just going to go for another Behemoth Blade, though. It's what I got. I do still outspeed. Yeah, that was probably just down to what his Yveltal is EV'd for. It is going to take another Airstream to start outspeeding things, but it's not going to get that chance. His Spirit Break is going to kill him. Physical Grimmsnarl. For the win. Good game. Good game. Yeah, I still have a few things, a few kinks to work out with this team, it looks like, but I am gonna go continue battling. I'm not gonna go back and fix it up. Well, maybe I will. Actually, I will. I'm gonna go back and fix it up. So I will see you a few seconds video time, but much later in real time for me. Okay, so here we are back with the fixed up team. I have replaced Calyrex's Trick with Trick Room. That is much better for this set, and it's my anti-Trick Room strategy. That's important in case I run into a Trick Room. I did decide to keep the Chardy Berry on Charizard, just in case. I mean, it's really a toss-up. Even though electric attacks are more common, I feel like I have ways to play around all of the common electric threats. Zapdos, Thundurus, Regieleki. I mean, I can just have Charizard avoid them, more or less. And you know, with Whimsicott, I could Tailwind and strike first against a lot of them. So it's... Yeah, I've decided to go with the Charty Berry still. That's the long and short of it. So, you've already seen the team, so I'm not going to keep yammering on here. Let's get back to the battles. Alright, here we go. So, it's another Regieleki. That's, I guess that's fine. We do have a Weavile. That's interesting. Calyrex, Zacian, Grimmsnarl, and a Rillaboom. So, I'm wanting to bring Grimmsnarl again, because it matches up really well against a lot of the opponent's team. I'm actually wanting to lead Grimmsnarl Zacian, I think. With Calyrex. And probably Charizard in the back? Endgame-wise, Charizard really only has to watch out for Regieleki. So if I can deal with that, I'll be fine having him in the back. Well, the other option for a late game is letting their Calyrex get a couple of special attack boosts. That would be bad. I could lead Thundurus for an Eerie Impulse onto it. But do I have the room? And Thundurus doesn't really match up very well against the rest of their team. Weavile would really hurt me. I'm going to go with this. Hopefully I've called it right. Still haven't managed to bring Whimsicott today. Usually I trend towards always bringing Whimsicott, but that's 2 battles in a row now where I've not felt him necessary. Hopefully he doesn't come back to bite me, because they do have some speedsters. Okay, so they're leading Calyrex Grimmsnarl. And I'm leading Zacian Grimmsnarl. That's another Grimmsnarl on Grimmsnarl lead. This happened last game as well. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to fake out their Grimmsnarl, and I'm going to Behemoth Blade it. I feel pretty confident having Sucker Punch for the Calyrex next turn. Hopefully it doesn't do anything unexpected. Okay, it is just an Astral Barrage. That'll hurt Zacian. That will hurt. And there's no Babbery Berry on that Grimmsnarl, and it doesn't have a Reflect Up, so there was no way it was ever living that Behemoth Blade. My Grimmsnarl with a Reflect Up can survive a Behemoth Blade from a max attack invested Zacian, I think. I remember calcing for something close to that. I don't have any defensive investment, but with the Babbery Berry and the Reflect Up, max HP is usually enough. Okay, so I'm going to Sucker Punch the Calyrex, and I'm going to protect with the Zacian. Just kind of let Regieleki do something for a turn, but it is a mortal threat that I need to take care of sooner rather than later. It is an Electro Web, so it was trying to slow down my Zacian. You can slow down the Grimmsnarl all you want, he's already slow. And there's their Zacian, so this is going to be tricky again now. I'm going to throw up a Reflect with my Grimmsnarl just to protect my back against that Zacian. I would really like to Sucker Punch that Regieleki, but I don't think I can, so I'm just going to Quick Attack it. Because I'm not sure I outspeed this Zacian either. Oh, are they Dynamaxing the Regieleki? So I would have been okay Sucker Punching it. That would have been still a pretty big hit. But I don't trust that I'm going to outspeed this opposing Zacian, because like I said, my Zacian is EV'd to just outspeed a Whimsicott. That's one of the reasons it's running Quick Attack. And that's going to hurt. Yep. This Regieleki is a problem. And that Zacian is definitely going to be able to finish off my Grimmsnarl here. Berry or no berry, I'm way too low. So this is going to be tricky. Like I said, I'm going to have to play so carefully around that Regieleki with my Charizard now. Ugh. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, I'm really not sure I've got this. It's going to be rough. I tell you what I could do. I could sacrifice the Calyrex and Trick Room here so the Charizard outspeeds both of them. Dynamax and Max Guard it. And then try and have Charizard sweep them. You know what? I'm going to try that. It's just crazy enough to work. Hopefully they don't double up onto Calyrex, is the thing. I'm expecting Regieleki to attack Charizard. That's what I'm expecting. And my Calyrex is Focus Sashed, so it can take an attack from either of them, even if it's a crit or something that was going to kill. Okay, there's Zacian goes for a Protect. Solid, solid. Oh, I really hope this crazy play works. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Trick Room. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to Astral Barrage, and I'm going to Wildfire that Regieleki. Hopefully he doesn't Max Guard. No, but it does. I should have gone for the Zacian. I called that as soon as it happened. I got too caught up in myself. Well, Calyrex is out, but I am going to go for another Wildfire onto that Regieleki. Yeah, that Astral Barrage didn't really change this battle's complexion in any meaningful way, unless that Zacian has a Focus Sash. Now, hopefully this gets a kill. Yeah. I was about to say, it should, for all intents and purposes, but... Yep, that is the Calyrex done. But I still have Trick Room up. It's going to Protect, most likely, here to try and save time. But I think that... if I just call a Heat Wave here against its Protect and let the... Wildfire finish it off over the next 2 turns. That might just get me out of here. Now we are still Trick Room, right? Yep, one more turn. So even if he tries to Protect here again, Wildfire is going to finish him off. Honestly, I could Protect here. Yeah. That's the game. That Trick Room play. I big-brained something. Hooray for me! I'm really proud of myself for that one, okay? I really am. That was a good play. That was a good game. That was a good game on my opponent's part as well. Called me on a couple of mistakes. I easily could have lost if I hadn't played that one perfectly. Alright, here we go. And another Regieleki. It is not my day. Okay, but it's Solgaleo Zacian. That's interesting. Porygon 2 and Amoonguss, so I'm sensing a Trick Room here. So I may lead Calyrex and see if they lead with their Trick Roomer. If I go Calyrex... Oh... Charizard. And then follow up with Grimmsnarl Zacian. I think I have to leave Whimsicott again because I'm afraid of a Trick Room here. Yeah, I think if I go with a Calyrex lead here to hopefully lead against their Trick Room shenanigans, I can maybe call them on it while Charizard mops up damage-wise. That's the play. That's the play here. Watch, they don't even bring their Trick Room. Okay, they are bringing Porygon 2 and Solgaleo, so I was afraid of Porygon 2 and Amoonguss because Rage Powder or Spore could both really mess my day up. But I am actually going to call a Trick Room here. And I'm going to G-Max Wildfire into the Porygon 2, see how much damage I can do to it. Hopefully, I'm calling them on their own Trick Room here properly. But if not, we'll deal with it. I know that my Charizard isn't going to one-shot this Porygon 2. Like, maybe if we were in the sun, it could finish it off after the residuals. Okay, so that is probably going to be the Solgaleo. Watch it be the Porygon 2. No, it is Solgaleo. And I'm actually kind of expecting it to be packing a rock move or something, maybe, to make my Charizard's day worse. I do get to Wildfire into the Porygon 2. Ugh. And it looks like it's barely going to be able to be a two-shot. Max Lightning! Lightning! I really should have switched berries. I really should have switched berries. Okay, moment of truth. What is Porygon 2 doing? Yes! I called them on it! Hooray! But I still don't two-shot their darned Porygon 2. It doesn't look like. It. Maybe with a good damage roll. Maybe. But I am going to Astral Barrage here now, and I'm just going to Wildfire that Porygon 2 slot again. That's what I've got. See how much that does to Solgaleo. That's decent damage. Oh, it's a weakness policy. Crud. Well, let's just cross our fingers and hope that this finishes that. Darn it! Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Now it's going to be able to get its Trick Room set up, unless it got psyched out already. It did get psyched out, okay. Oh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Honestly, with the circumstances, I don't think those early turns there could have gone much better for me. I am going to bring Grimmsnarl out. But I still don't feel great about it. Yeah. So Rillaboom is going to have a faster fake out. That's a problem. It's also going to be able to Grassy Glide my Calyrex to finish him off. Well, but if he goes for that, I can fake him out. I'm going to go for an Astral Barrage and a fake out onto the Rillaboom. He's left with the decision here. Does he get a faster fake out onto my... Okay, Max Guard. It is... That's a good darn play. And it does go for the faster fake out. Okay, well, expecting the Grassy Glide now, I can Sucker Punch. Because he still doesn't know what my Grimmsnarl set is. He faked me out. So let's go for another Astral Barrage here, and let's get a Sucker Punch onto that Rillaboom, expecting a Grassy Glide. And hopefully this is enough punch to finish him off. Oh, Grassy Glide still goes first? I thought Sucker Punch had better priority. I really did. I guess I was just wrong about that. Well, that's on me for not knowing that. I could have sworn Sucker Punch had higher priority. Well, if I would have been right, that would have been a great play. Oh well. Man. Yeah, the mechanics killed me there. I don't know if Zacian's got this. Because it's still got his own Zacian in the back, probably. I can quick attack that Rillaboom. But I don't think I've got this at all. I think not knowing that Sucker Punch didn't have better priority than Grassy Glide just cost me the game. Seriously, though, gun to my head, I would have sworn Sucker Punch had better priority. And that is a Zacian coming out. I'll just call this then. I will just call this. Good game. Well, I won't be making that mistake again. Yeah, that is going to just stick in my mind forever. Because, again, I can't say it enough times. I could have sworn Sucker Punch had higher priority than other priority moves. Alright, let's keep going. Let's get one more in. Oh, that was a fast one. Okay, we've got Kyogre, Barraskewda, Weavile, Sableye. Oh man, this is quite a thing. Okay, so let's go with Whimsicott. I almost want to say Thundurus lead. With Calyrex, Zacian in the back. I kind of want to bring Grimmsnarl. If nothing else for then the Sableye and the Weavile, but I think Zacian can handle them okay. Better if it had Play Rough, you know, in the Sableye's case at least, but yeah, that Seismitoad could be a big problem for Zacian as well, though. Because this can have Swift Swim. So is that Barraskewda. I think... I mean, bringing out my Whimsicott for Tailwind is how I'm going to try and be combating that. Yeah. I think I have to run it this way. I would love to bring Grimmsnarl, but I don't think I can switch anybody else out for him. This should be an interesting one. Okay, it is Sableye Kyogre. Let's see what kind of crazy tricks that Sableye has. And do I expect a Dynamax out of the Kyogre? That's another good question. Well, what I'm going to do here... I'm actually going to Energy Ball the Sableye. If I can. I think I'm about to get faked out, though. Probably. And then I'm going to Eerie Impulse the Kyogre. Yeah, fake out coming at that Whimsicott hard. And that's going to be an eject button, so I don't get to do my shenanigans with it. Well, let's bring Zacian out. I should have brought Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl would have been a much better matchup against that Sableye. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take that, all things considered. I'm assuming there's a Will-O-Wisp coming Zacian's way right now, so I think I might just switch it out. Actually, bring Whimsicott back. And I may just go for a Dynamax here and Max Lightning that Sableye. See if it's Focus Sashed, which I just have to assume it is. Oh, they... Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Maybe they had something to do. Yeah, they were kind of in the lead there. That was unexpected. Okay, well, in that case, on that weird note, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it today. I will see you guys next time. Later.